Hey guys, so now we're going to show you how to add a second door station to the existing system which we previously installed and configured via the monitor. So if you want to install a second door station, you need to use a computer to do so. You can activate the device via the screen if you want to, or you could do it through the computer. Now the first thing you're going to need to do is change your network settings. We've connected the laptop directly to the same switch. So to put your network on the same range with Windows 11, I think we're using, you've got to type into your search network and click on View Network. And you should get this little notification here. As long as it's connected to the switch, it should be not grayed out. So double click on that, press on Properties, and then you want to go to IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4, double click on that. So I've just changed it to 192.0.0.2. Make sure you put a subnet in, same as what I've got. Default gateway, make it different. So this, you don't want to have the same N number as what your screens are on, and put a preferred DNS. I just used 8.8.8.8. Press OK, press OK. Close. Now, if you do have some problems, restart your laptop after you do that, or your computer. And if you're using a computer, you don't want to mess around with your network settings too much. Make sure it's not on Wi-Fi if you're on a laptop. I've just turned everything off. So here you can see the 4 devices. I've already activated the door station. I believe you can tell which one it is by the serial number. You can see they're all the same build and firmware. You can look on the back of the door station. Usually it's this one here actually, 971. So I've already activated it and given it .65. So we want to get into the main station, which is 0.66. Okay, so you need to bring up a web browser, 0.0.66. Just make that full screen. Put in the password. Okay. Now I can just put this in if we haven't done it already. So you want to log in. Okay, so after you've logged in, then you want to go up here to Device Management. So this is where you can see all the devices that have been configured. We're logged into the door station, so what we want to do is add another sub door station. And here we want to use the same password. And we want to use the serial number, which is the serial number of the substation, which is here. Now you can easily grab it from the end of this on the right hand side. So it's the first letter and then the number after it, the whole thing. So the first letter and then the other digits. You can right click and copy. Makes it nice and easy. And we don't want to change the IP address, but you want to tell it what IP address you want it to be. So I think that one's .65, right? 65, so yeah, we'll keep it as 65. So even if this was inactive, then, ooh, what's that say? It cannot be less than 9. 4, 8. Let's just check that I copied that correctly. So it's asking me for the first 2. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so it's a little bit different. The subnet mask 255.255.255.0. This you can just put 192.0.0.64 for number 1. Keep it as 8000 number 1. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Press OK. Now, once that's all in there, what we can do is tick. Now we don't want to touch the other one. Synchronize. Press OK. So this might take a little while to synchronize, so you might want to go and grab a coffee. We'll just wait for that to synchronize. So pretty much what this will do is push the settings to the sub door station. Once that network status comes online, then the whole system should be good to go. What I recommend you do after that is reboot all the devices, and by just unplugging the PoE switch and replugging it in again, waiting for them all to turn on, and then test again. Once it's all working, then you're good to go. So, what you can also do is reboot it, and once it all turns back on, it also should synchronize. I'm just watching the door station now. The light is actually coming on, so it is doing something. So let's just wait a little bit longer. Okay, now as you can see, it's gone online. So yeah, it takes a little while. You can see it beeping. Now that it is online, we can test it. So I'll just press the button. I've just tested the main station, and that seems to work, but yep, had to wait a little bit longer. Okay, so I can get a picture up on the screen for the main station and the substation on the main screen, but when I try and call, oh, there we go, it's all synchronizing. So what we want to do now is just reboot, and I'll show you on the video. Okay, so after we rebooted all the devices, we did find a problem, and you can identify over here on the top of the screen to make sure you've got a little picture on the top right with your Wi-Fi not being connected, and your screen, if it's got a little tick on it, then it means it's connected. If it's got a cross, then it means there's a problem. But once we rebooted, and this is the sub door station, it was not communicating correctly, and you really need to be patient here, because it does need to synchronize after it reboots. Give it a few minutes. Best way to sort of tell if it's working is by going to the live and seeing if you've got both outdoor stations. Now, what we discovered is the sub monitor station lost its synchronization to the monitor, most likely because we added this through the synchronization software. There might have been some sort of conflict. So it's very easy. You just needed to log back into the screen and re-add it as an extension to this one, which it works straight away. So after it's all synchronized, you just want to test it. Now, if it does give you a bit of a problem, just wait and be patient. So as you can see, they're all communicating now, but there is one thing which we missed with this one. Oops, I did that too quickly. You'll notice on the screen the date is set to 1970. So we didn't set the date and time when we logged into this guy. So when you do log into this device, you need to make sure you need to set the sub door station's time and date to the correct time and date. But that's about it. After you've done all this then and tested it, it all should work as we have just shown. Again, make sure you check the monitor and make sure it re-add it as an extension. And as you can see, I'll just press that off. As you can see, having the devices on a desk all here, you can easily and quickly configure them and fault find. It's very hard when you're out on the job and you've got to keep on walking to the front door and press the button and test it, set it all up with some patch cables, get it all working, reboot it, test it again. It might take you 15 minutes, but it'll save you a lot of time than doing it on site. So please, enjoy. Good luck with your installations. So we thought we'd just quickly also show you how to do the time and date, just in case there was any confusion. So we're just logging into that sub door station. Quickly set this. Okay. Now to set the time and date, you go to configuration and we have to go to time settings. +10. Now you can do an automatic sync, but that will throw this out. You can just do that to get the time right, but I recommend you untick that, change it back to Sydney, and make that the correct time, which is 1 p.m. or 13:09. Okay. And don't forget the DST. October, April, 1st, oops, 2, 3, and 60-minute bias. Save. See, let's change that. So if we left it how it was before, it would have been okay. So just change that back to 13:10. Double check. And that's it. So that's how you change the time and date. Make sure you do that and you should be good to go.